Welcome to the Loveland Report and the Lone Ranger Radio Show with Cleve, Loveland, and Bruce Woodburn, the Lone Ranger. Here on this beautiful Saturday, we appreciate you tuning in to us, and we've got a lot to talk about. What's a lot of things going on in the market right now.
We're sliding into the summer selling season. Kids are going to be out of school this month, and what's going on with the market right now, despite the interest rates, still getting 10, 20 offers on homes, Bruce.
I still am shocked at how much activity we're still seeing in the market. Like, I expected that my new client business was going to decrease by about 30%, because that's what they say on the news.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my God, it's going to go down 30%. I'm telling you, if I saw 5%, that's about all I saw.
Yeah.
And I expected that. I mean, it's okay.
Well, we've got very low demand. We've got people coming in from the rest of the state, not just the rest of the country, coming to Central Florida. We are more affordable than most of the rest of Florida, and still just about 3 weeks supply of homes for sale. And when something pops up, and the thing that gives them, people still have buying power. Interest rates are not 10%. They're a lot less than that, right?
No, they're a lot less than that. But I'm now hearing we could head toward double digits.
Wow.
So I'm encouraging now.
Yeah, and we're not usually wrong about these things. But it's a hot market. We've got demand for Central Florida. The builders are behind. They're way behind. They've got 30, 40 people lined up on wish lists.
Yep.
And they're still doing things like, oh, we've got one available. Who wants to make an offer on it? They're doing that. They still have, waiting on doors, waiting on windows, waiting on concrete, wooden trusses.
On appliances.
Yeah, so it's taking them 9 to 12 months to build a house instead of, 4 to 7. And the custom home builders, they're out even longer than that, probably 1 to 2 years just about, the big builders. But it's just a hot market. It is steady. But when I sit down with people most of the time, and I don't ask them, I say, don't tell me what you want for your home. Everybody always has an idea. And I say, I'm going to show you what I think. And then usually I'm still surprising them. Like, they're still like, oh, wow, didn't know they were going that bad, that well or that quickly for that price. Because I know how to price a house. And it's funny because, if your neighbors are selling for $450 and you're coming on the market and you're a little bit nicer, you don't go $550. You go $469. You go $465, and you might sell for $480, $490.
Sure.
But that old saying, and it's funny, I think I heard it a lot back in 2008 and 9 when the wheels came off the bus.
Pigs get fat
and hogs get slaughtered.
That's right.
And what that means is don't be greedy. We're better off to pick from the best offers and see who's the most agreeable, who's willing to waive, go $10,000 above appraisal, who looks like the least amount of problems to get you to a closing table. I had a seller. We had a buyer make an offer. And the seller got a ton of offers over the weekend. And our buyer made an offer. And they said, oh, wow, we got so much activity. This was an inexperienced realtor. Let the seller do this. I mean, I guess the seller's in charge, but the seller shouldn't have done this. They said, well, we got so much activity. We're going to wait another week and see if more people come in.
Oh, boy.
Big mistake. Because when you hit that MLS, everybody through your door, they're there quickly and they are motivated because they saw the last 3 or 4 or 5 sales around your area. They know if
your offer isn't entertained quickly, you're not going to hang around and wait for them. You're going to move on to another house.
That seller ended up with egg on their face. Everybody backed off. My buyer went away. They came back calling us 2 weeks later saying
you to resubmit an offer.
And my buyer had found something else. Yeah. So you got to be careful out there. That's why it's good to have a smart, experienced realtor.
A strategy is a good idea, but don't make a pig of yourself.
If you want to do it right the first time, call us at 407-352-8118.
Yeah, and Cleve has got the experience. I mean, he's got a long lineage of real estate experience. His mom was in the business even before he was, and really taught him the ropes. And I think she's still teaching you a few tricks of the trade.
Oh, yeah, she tries, yeah.
Yeah, she does try. Matter of fact, I've got a client that used to work with her before you were even in the business.
Back when they chiseled the contracts in stones? If she hears that, she'll get mad at me.
Yeah, she does. She don't like that.
Love you, Mom.
Yeah, we love you, Mom, that's for sure. But listen, if you want somebody that's got not only a lot of experience, but truly does care about you, and is not one of those, like, we're just going to put it in MLS and pray that somebody comes along and makes a great offer. You actually work to bring in offers for your people, too.
And the thing is, I talk to just about all the realtors that send us offers, and I'll tell them, hey, your offer's not great. It should not be below list price when I've got 10 other offers besides yours. And I'll tell them, you got a lot more above list price, and you're gonna lose. Tell your buyers that now. And it's funny because some don't know how to deliver the news, some don't know how to tell people that. I had a house we sold in East Orlando for $750, and believe it or not, Bruce, I got offers. It was listed for $699, and I got 2 offers at like in the 5s, and I called the realtors, and one was just clueless, and one never called me back. And I said, guys, you're way off on this. You know,
Right.
we're closing out bidding Monday morning. I have my market maker program where I've structured how to get multiple offers. And I told them, I said, you are not even in the running. So if these people are serious, they're serious. I'm like, oh, no, they're not. You know, I don't know what universe homes are, not selling at 80% of list price, in this market. So.
All right. Well, if you have questions for Cleve, you'd like to interview him about listing your property, he can be reached at 407-352-8118. Now let's talk about some mortgage information here right now. What's going on with interest rates? Well, last week we saw a little bit of a dip. Okay. When I say a little bit of a dip, it didn't go up. Okay. It didn't go up. So that was a little bit of a dip. We actually did see a day or two that we saw some slight improvement. And then, of course, we have a day or two, then we lose it again. So, it's funny because I had a couple clients say, I don't want to lock in right now because I see rates are going down. Okay. At the pace that they're going down is not clearly at the pace that they're going up.
Because a couple hiccups, you could be up 0.5%.
So what they did is they waited. They saw it on the news that the mortgage rates had taken a little bit of a dip, and they wanted to wait it out. And then it only takes one day, and we can lose it all. And that's exactly what happened. And then the next thing you know, rates were higher than they were when I was trying to convince them to lock in. And I just don't think we're not in what's called a floating bias. Choose a lender that's going to give you advice. And that if I see the market's down on that day, I'll say, you know what, John, hold off till tomorrow. Let's look at rates tomorrow. I think they might be a tiny bit better. All right. And then I'll give my clients that advice. But we are not typically in that floating bias in this market. It's too volatile. We don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And we already know the Fed said they were going to raise the Fed rate 6 more times, right?
Yeah.
Now we're hearing as much as 11 times that we could be hitting double digits.
Yeah.
Now, this administration is going to run this place crazy if that happens. And I'm hoping it doesn't happen. We got to have some changes at the midterm.
Let's go, Brandon.
I can tell you that right now. But if you want an honest lender that's going to lead you in the right direction, you call the Loan Arranger. Come on. The Loan Arranger's here to help you. 407-250-9144 or WeBringYouHome.com. It's WeBringYouHome.com. Every loan product you can possibly think of, I got it. Great rates. National lender. All 50 states. You got it. You need it, we've got it. If I don't have it, you don't need it.
Well, and what I want to tell people out there right now, if you're thinking about selling your house won't be the problem, but I want you to be educated on where you're going to go and what's that going to look like, because you're either moving twice right now, because nobody will take your offer contingent on your home closing unless there's a way you can back it up, like you said, with a cash offer. You've got that. We need to talk about that. But if your contract is contingent on your home closing, in a normal market, that would be fine. But these are extraordinary times, and you might have 5 other offers on the house you're bidding on. They just don't want to mess with that.
Oh, for sure.
And they've got somebody, they're living in an RV, and they're more motivated than you, and they take your high offer. You went way over list price, and they take your offer and present it to the people that are ready to close in 3 weeks, and you've got your closing in 6 weeks. And like I said, normal market, that'd be fine. So what we're doing at Loveland Properties is I'm kind of arranging the double move or getting you a lease back in the property so you can shop. But before you even go on the market, I want to take you around and show you. I might not be able to get you into active listings, but I can drive you by the homes that you might want to look at and say, look at this one. Here's the pictures. Let's look at this on the iPad here. And see that one? That was gone in 4 days and went for $30,000 over list price. This is about what we're competing with. So, but does that house work for you? Does this neighborhood work? And it's an education process that my team and I help people with.
Yep. All right. So moving on from that, I think I want to make an announcement.
Yep.
Okay. I am looking for a new personal assistant. My assistant's been with me for like 14 years. She's ready to retire, and I need somebody young. Well, I can't say young. Is that an HR issue?
I don't think so.
I need somebody energetic, preferably bilingual, but not necessary, that is there to help me as a personal assistant to me and running my business. Now, that's a highly demanding, I need a super sharp person.
Yep.
They got to be on the ball because, as you know, I run a big team and it's highly demanding and I demand high customer service.
Yep.
So if you are interested, just go to my website or email me at, go to my website at webringyouhome.com, or how about this? Text me that you are interested in my personal assistant job at 407-250-9144. And don't text me and go, can I work remotely? The answer is no. Nobody's going to work remotely as my personal assistant. I don't know what's wrong with this generation.
Yeah, we're not FaceTiming you to tours of your homes.
No, you're not going to work remotely for me.
And what's the phone number they reach you at?
407-250-9144, or go to webringyouhome.com. The other thing I want to talk about that you mentioned is you're competing against cash offers. 1/3 of the transactions in this market are cash offers. How do you compete in this market? Well, you can use my Cash Plus program.
Yep.
All you got to do is get fully pre-approved with me, fully approved through Fast Track.
Fast Track, yeah.
And I will back up your offer with cash. Not miss the closing date. Guarantee the seller I will close on time. And I don't even need an appraisal on that. I don't need an appraisal. I will have to have you have a home inspection. You want a property, you want to compete as a cash offer, I back you up with cash. You want information on that program? Call me. If you're a real estate agent and you're listening to this, call me. Aren't you tired of missing out on offers? Now, what about all you folks that you don't like where interest rates are going and you know they're going to get worse, so you want to lock in now? I can do a lock-in shop. Lock in now. You got 90 days to go find your house. Or let's say you're in contract to buy new construction and the builder's dragging their feet. Okay? It's a year before you're going to move in. In 9 months, I can lock you in for up to a year in advance.
Wow.
How do you like that?
That's good.
Pretty impressive.
Well, and I got to say, people, realtors out there listening, if you want your loans to close, get them over to Bruce and his team. And you guys rescue 1 or 2 a month for me where where the buyer goes, oh, wait, we got to change lenders. And it's my listing, not my buyer, another agent. And I go, whoa, you're not changing. We're not going to extend your contract or your loan approval.
Right.
Unless you go to Bruce. And you've told me, I mean, most of the time you rescue them and they're like, they're being denied. Either
I can rescue them because the other lender didn't.
Every once in a while there's one, you're like, what the heck? This person shouldn't even been looking at the car.
Yeah. Sometimes I look at it and I'm like, this person never qualified. I don't know what the loan officer was thinking.
Yeah.
But listen, we need clarity. You all are adults out there. You can handle the news. So the information I give you is to keep you safe. Like some people will call me and they'll go, wow, Bruce, you pre-qualified me and so did my bank. My bank asked me for pull a credit report and a pay stub, and you want pay stubs, W-2s, tax returns, divorce decrees, photo ID. Why do you want so much stuff up front? I haven't even found the house yet. You know why? Because my deals don't fall apart at the end.
Yeah.
And theirs do.
Yep.
I ask the hard questions.
Yep.
I want you fully approved so I can back you up. Because even if you're fully approved through me, I will promise the seller that I will pay them up to $500 a day if we miss the closing by accepting my offer. Now, does that help my buyers? You think that helps my buyers?
Yeah.
By 30% more opportunity to get the house.
Yep.
So if that's what you're interested in, you want help from a lender, you call the loan arranger at 407-250-9144, 407-250-9144, or apply online at webringyouhome.com. You want to reach Cleve? He can be reached.
407-352-8118.
Or cleveloveland.com.